Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. Yeah, that's who I am, believe it or not. All right, look, post-market wrap-up on this Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. Well, how many of you out here are going to be surprised to hear that stocks put on nice gains today, new record highs, as a matter of fact? No, I don't think you're surprised at all. This is the way it's going to go. Get used to it. Just because we have a new president does not mean that, well, as a matter of fact, because we have a new president, you are going to see distortions in this market get much worse. Much, much worse. And again, this is no surprise to you at all if you follow this blog here. What can I say? What can I say? We are now entering a whole new phase, an entirely new phase of debt issuance like we have never seen. And I mean that, like we have never seen before. It's an incredible thing to witness, especially since 2008. I mean, 2008, that was when this whole thing died. Died, ended, finished. The market's been on life support ever since. And that life support, that main line, that the drug of more debt keeps growing and growing and growing. But now, you have no idea. I don't think you know. I really don't. My estimation is, again, I've said nuclear debt. Maybe we're going to go beyond nuclear. Because look, they can't stop the economy from free falling. I don't care what kind of a lovely speech came out of the mouth today of the new puppet in chief. It doesn't matter. They don't matter. They don't matter. You're supposed to be convinced that they matter. Okay, and a lot of people are convinced that the president matters. Well, I have news for you. Doesn't matter at all. They're not the government. This whole thing, the parades and the whole pomp and circumstances, it's a show. You might as well put on a sitcom. It's not real. The government, the real government is the central banks. They're the shadow government. And right now they have a new piece, a new component to their plan, and that is to vastly inflate. And I mean, like, look, what else can I say? Beyond nuclear debt. Okay, just to sustain where we are over the last year, the Fed had to nearly double its balance sheet. President Trump had to allow the Federal Reserve to go crazy berserk, issuing debt, funneling dollars, buying everything just to maintain where we were. We never had a boom, ever. It was a lie. And I told you every single time the man said, economic boom, look at the stock market. It was a distraction. It was a lie. Very few things that came out of that man's mouth were true. Very, very few. 90+% of it was lies and propaganda. And if you think that's going to stop now, you have no idea, again, what's going on at all whatsoever. But that does not mean that the stock market is not going to continue higher. It is. Much higher. So are other assets too. Look, Bitcoin, the major cryptos today, they fell under pressure. They fell under pressure, and that's no surprise to you either. I told you, expect volatility. Expect volatility. The trajectory here for cryptocurrencies is up, up, up. Okay? Forget about it. I don't care what the mainstream media is trying to tell you. Oh, Bitcoin this and Bitcoin that and crypto's this and crypto's that. You see, look, the mainstream financial channels, they want you in the dollar. You understand? They're all bought and paid for. They get a script to read and that's it. They're unable to think for themselves and they can't think for themselves. If they deviate from the lines they're reading off of a screen in front of them, well, then they'll all lose their jobs. This is not allowed to happen. You must be kept in line. You must be propagandized. I don't know another way to say it. They put you in a state of learned helplessness. This is a real thing. Again, I've explained to all of you that people, opportunity is everywhere. everywhere you want to look. You could choose to do two things. Number one, you could choose to sit there and be paralyzed and do nothing and just, I don't know, hope luck saves you or gets you through the disaster area that we are currently in and is going to get much worse. Or you take action. I hope that if you are a follower of this blog, you are a man or a woman of action. You know where the opportunities are. I outline them for you every freaking day. I post it in my newsletter. We're killing it. We're killing it. Ask any one of my lions. Look, what are we? We're 20 days into January. Okay, my free newsletter, link in the description of this video. Ask any one of my I got over 43,000 people who have now subscribed to my newsletter. Ask them if I'm making this stuff up. Ask them if I'm making it up, or are they making money off of my calls? I am working so hard to try to put a light on what's going on, where we are right now, where the opportunities are. I don't know another way to put this anymore. I've gotten to a point where I want to scream sometimes when I get messages and texts from people, and they're all kind of stuck in some kind of state of paralysis. It's an induced state of paralysis by the freak show that is going on. And that freak show, just because we have a new president now, ain't going to change. It is not going to change. Beautiful. I hope it doesn't change, because this is opportunity. Look, in times like this, there are those of us who are able to see through the dog shit and understand where the opportunities are. And there are those who are going to do nothing. Sadly, most people are going to do nothing. They can't. They've been deliberately brainwashed by the propaganda, by the fake news, by the misinformation, by the distractions. It overwhelms them. They're unable to think at all. They literally become zombies, and they have to follow along with whatever the new figurehead tells them. The new figurehead's telling them we're in an economic boom. Yeah, that's where we are. The new figurehead is telling them whatever it might be. It doesn't matter. They don't matter. Okay? Use your own God-given intellect, and you will be so much better off. Turn off the news. Turn it off. And, follow someone that connects with you. For example, let's say you watch my video blogs and, you just don't grasp what I'm saying. I'm not connecting with you. It's not real to you. Okay? If what I'm saying is not real to you, then it's a waste of time for you to be sitting here. But if what I am saying to you is connecting with you at a deeper level, say, you know what? Greg is right. This is an absolute freak show. We know where the opportunities are because we know what they're doing. Okay? Again, you are going to be propagandized. You are going to be told lies, misinformation, fake stuff like you cannot believe. And don't believe it. As a matter of fact, you should never believe anything anyone says to you. Even me. If I tell you something, the last thing in the world I want you to do is believe it. I don't want you to believe it at all. I want you to sit back and think about it yourself. Do a little research. Okay, it's not so hard this day and age. And then once it becomes real, once you say, wow, this is actually happening, and maybe I should take action to at least help myself through this. People are being destroyed. They're being destroyed by design. My goal here, my only goal, and the only reason why I'm even sitting here is because I'm trying to make a difference. I'm trying to get through to people, trying to make them understand that they don't have to lay down and be killed, destroyed, erased, because that's what's going on here. The creation of a new two-tier society, extreme haves, extreme have-nots, the middle class. If you're still out there, you have a tattoo on your face in the shape of a target. Okay, you've had it for the last 4 years. You were led to believe things were different than they were, and a lot of you bought into it. How is it working out for you? If you think that's going to change now, look, I'm getting a lot of flack here. I got a lot of flack when I called out President Trump for his lies, and there were a lot of them. I'm getting called out by a lot of people now saying, oh, Greg, you're not giving Joe Biden a chance. Look, I'm telling you the way I see things. And if I'm wrong, that's fine. But I don't believe any of it. I don't believe the theater. I don't believe the show at all. I've lived long enough, and I think I understand what's going on to a very, very high level. I study it all the time. It's all I do. And the proof is in, you know, what I've done out here. I've created quite a big movement of people who are learning to let the system work for them, not against them. The whole system is rigged against you, upside down, backwards, and sideways. And I'm telling you right here and right now that there are opportunities, massive, tremendous opportunities out here for every single one of us. If you can disconnect yourself from those forces that are looking to suppress you, to keep you down, depressed, confused, and angry. Once you break out of that, okay, the number one thing you have to understand is we've had the 4 years of absolute divisiveness. We're living in a society where there are two types of people, and each one hates the other. That hatred breeds more hatred. It breeds the inability to think. It breeds anger, confusion, paralysis. That's what it breeds, and that's what it's meant to do. It's what it's meant to do. This is a psyop on a massive scale, okay? Now, you got to understand something I've been telling you forever. We are not each other's enemies. And we need each other. I don't care how far right you are. I don't care how far left you are. We need each other. You got to break out of that. Look, we're all members of a worldwide family. And there are dark forces, and I mean dark, that are looking to keep you divided, angry, confused, full of hatred. Let it go. The moment you let the hatred go and learn to love will be the best moment of your entire life. Your whole entire perspective is going to change. It's not easy to not hate people, to not dislike people. It's not easy. But once you learn to do it, you have no idea the pathway that will open before you. You'll be able to start to think. Your mind will become clear. You'll understand what you need to do here. You'll see the charade for what it is. The freak show, it's a charade. It's a game. Until you let that go, you are done. It's literally a form of suicide. It's a form of suicide. If you're a hater, if you hate these people and they hate you back, if you're one of these, you're committing suicide, is what you're doing. It's not the way to survive. You understand? I really hope you get it. You will become sick. Your immune system will become suppressed. I mean, I practiced medicine for 20 years. I had to take a lot of classes on understanding the immune system and its reaction to stress, for example. If you're under stress because you hate or because you can't let things go, you're angry, you're confused, your immune system will become suppressed and you will become ill. It's the science called psychoneuroimmunology. Okay, study this stuff. Learn about this. This will make you ill. It will literally make you not just physically ill. It will make you mentally ill. And being mentally ill is, again, in that state of depression, that state of anger, confusion, and hatred. Hatred is a mental illness. You have to understand that. And we've had a president who has bred hatred. Okay, a lot of it. I'm not saying it's going to be any different under this guy. I'm just talking about what we've had. And I want you to break out of that. I want you to break out of it today. Make today the day where you decide not to hate anymore. The day you decide to say, I've had enough. Hate is too much of a burden to carry around. Let it go. Let it go and learn to love. Learn to go outside today. Walk around if you're able to. And say hi to someone that you maybe haven't said hi to in a long time. Maybe one of your neighbors. I don't know. Go out of your way. Do something nice. Pick up some garbage on your street. Go help your neighbor do something. I don't know. We got to come together or we're just done. If we don't let go of the hatred, we're committing suicide. We're committing mass suicide. I want you to know that. I want you to think about it. And while you're thinking about it, look for the opportunities, people, because they're freaking everywhere. Everywhere I look, I can't turn it off. I can't turn off my... I wish I could flip a switch. It doesn't turn off in the nighttime. It doesn't turn off in the daytime. It's constantly working. It's constantly thinking about things. You you can look at the environment we're in and say, wow, this is the worst thing in the history of the world. I can't believe it. I'm depressed. I'm going to stay in. I'm going to do nothing. Or you can look at it from the opposite way and say, hold on a minute. Okay, things are what they are for whatever reason, whatever they're doing. But where are those opportunities? Because they're everywhere. Every day you wake up, the first thing that should come to your mind is, okay, I'm going to have a really fantastic day. My day is going to be absolutely beautiful. No matter what they try to do, no matter what they try to convince me of, I'm going to find one thing that I can make better. I'm going to look for an opportunity somewhere so I can make my life better, my family's life better, the people I care about's life better. Make the world better. It's got to start with someone. Why not start with you? I don't understand it. I really don't. Okay. Where was I? All right. I told you about the market. Nice little rally here. Cryptocurrencies fell under some pressure, but they're going higher. Gold and silver put on gains today. 10-year yield 1.08. Dollar fell under a little pressure here. People, if we know the game, we cannot be beaten. We're freaking invincible. We're invincible. I call those who get into this market who are, understanding where the opportunities are. They are my lions, and I love my lions. They're the greatest. My lions are not only making their lives better, but they're taking a portion of the profits that they are making from my free work, and they're paying it forward. I know they are. All my lions know that's how I operate. So I'm counting on all my lions to continue to do it, and I know they are. Okay? You got to pay it forward in one form or the other here. Anyway, look, I'm going to let you all go. This video is getting kind of long here, but I think it's important. If you think this video is important, if I've touched on something here that maybe you can connect with, well, then, that's just great. I've done something good today. And then, I can seriously be happy. That's all we got to do. Do one thing good every single day. For maybe some of you don't know. Even if it's saying hello to somebody who's walking across the street with their face looking down in the dumps, and just say, hey, how you doing? I've been seeing you around the neighborhood. You live here? You'd be surprised at what doors are going to open up for you if you just change your attitude a little bit and learn not to hate. Why do you want to carry around that burden? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. It's too heavy. All right, look, I'm out of here. Love you a lot. See you in the morning.